All right, we're gonna just start fixing some stuff. I'm at the shop. It's school break week. I'm here all by myself, except for Sharon.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Aren't you? Didn't you just like bitch about having to get out of here?
I'm leaving.
I mean, if you want, I could just
Holy
like
cow.
hit off on this stream and we can like, you know, shoot the shit for a while.
No.
What's going on in your life, Sharon?
No, you just go ahead. Talk to your virtual friend.
Or we could do that. I'm trying to be productive, and so we'll try to get some stuff done. And it just made me think, why not stream? When I read this next up in my queue from Bruce, from Phone Medic Electronic Repair, device problem, work requested. This yo-yo bought one of those glass-only repair kits off Amazon, and to my surprise, it fails to tell him to disconnect the battery, so I'm thinking he blew a backlight filter or others in the chain. I'm getting a vibration when plugging in the charger, but no image. Better let the pros handle this one. No rush. Me and the techs love your videos, but we do mostly TV repairs and screen replacement only, not board level repairs. All right, so he had me at this yo-yo. So let's see what's going on with this repair. So we're gonna just take a look under the microscope. All right, so battery is disconnected, and we're gonna just check out backlight filter area. Yep, totally blown, classic. And let's see how I could make this, how could I make this work? Let's minimize that and make it so that I can see that. I don't know if that's ever gonna work. I am getting younger by the day, and nice hairstyle. Yes, that is the other reason to stream, because I went to the hairdo lady and inspired her to start powerlifting. Sharon,
Yeah.
powerlifting coming up. I want to start a new YouTube channel. This is my new idea. And I'm serious about this. I think every woman should powerlift. Don't you, Sharon?
Oh, most certainly.
Yes. So, and I was talking to the, you know, hairdresser lady about it, you know, and she was like, yeah, totally. But no, like, women don't know, like, it's intimidating, you know, like, women don't really know what are we supposed to do with this equipment? It's all dudes in there. And, you know, it kind of takes some kind of cojones to go over to the squat rack to begin with. But once you do it a few times, then it's like, this is awesome, you know?
Well, obviously you can see results of it.
Well, I think it's super fun. Sharon, did I tell you about my new online trainer?
Online trainer?
Yeah, man, of course. The internet can teach you anything. That's my entire belief system.
Okay, so who's teaching you now?
So my online trainer is Leah Lutz. You can Google Leah Lutz. I absolutely am in love with Leah Lutz. Never met her, but I was really inspired by her story. So Leah Lutz is going to to sort of represent the U.S. in the Masters division for powerlifting in Belarus in June, and you know, a couple of years ago, she was as out of shape as me, you know, and has really gotten the powerlifting bug and has just done amazing. So I found her email address and I cold called her and said, what do I have to do to convince you to be my online trainer?
Really?
Yeah. And she said, all right. So I finally got my plan. Recently, like a couple days ago. Holy fucking calculus. Like, it is like crazy. I had to like look up all these acronyms that I didn't know what they mean, and you know, it was, I tried, oh my god. I went to get my supplements yesterday. This is hilarious. And So have you ever been? Do you ever go to these places? Like it was the Vitamin Shop in Pittsburgh.
I've been there, yeah.
You have? What did you buy?
I can't remember what it was. Oh, you know what? I think I was trying to do the cleansing.
Oh, you did a cleanse? Yeah, I can see you doing a cleanse. You're into the yeah, you guys did like juice and stuff. Well, I went in there and like I thought it was gonna be like a couple of bros at the desk. The guy was this young guy, and he was like a 1850 apothecary guru.
Really?
You know, like from the way he knew what all these things did and everything in there, it was just like he had. I mean, it was unbelievable. He knew everything. Like I just was like, all right. I found on my own whatever BCAAs are. Let's see what is going on here with Lewis.
Is he calling you?
Oh, he did have dinner. He had dinner with the jerry rig guy.
With the Dairy Queen?
No, God, no. Jesus,
With
Lewis? Fuck no. No, with the jerry rig everything guy. Apparently
jury rig.
It's Jerry Rig.
That's his name.
That's
Jerry?
not his real name. I think his name is Zach, but I'm not really sure. No, like regionally, do you say jury rigged or jerry rigged? We say jerry rigged.
Like when you're using like toothpicks or something to hold something together, right?
Yeah. What is it?
Well, now I'm confused. I think it's Jerry.
Some people say jury rigged. I think it's regional. I say jerry rigged. I think it's great. It's totally like my dad.
Do you have a passcode for this dude?
Which dude is that?
The warranty one that you wanted me to take apart to make sure.
Oh, that Brian guy?
Yeah.
If it's not on the, is it on, did he not put it on the thing?
Here.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then fuck him, you know? Fuck him. I mean, there's really not much to do. Like, he just wanted...
The reason I ask is because it wants me to set up touch.
Just say set up later.
Okay.
Say set up later in settings. So I went in there. The BCAAs I found on my own. And, you know, I get that they're less scientifically evidenced than everything else. But I'm gonna do what they say. So I got that, and then I'm just like, what the heck are you supposed to do? Like, I'm supposed to get, you know, like whey protein. There's like a fucking aisle of all these whey proteins, and it's like, so I was just like, all right, dude, which one's the good one?
It's very hard.
Well, what do you think? Have you bought whey protein before? Which one's the good one?
I have.
What does chat think?
I have not. So why does it want me to do all this?
That's what they always do. Say passcode options. They're just trying to make it
wants me
hard.
to make a new one.
Don't add passcode. Continue. Set up as a new phone. Say I don't have it. Set up later in settings. Don't use. Agree. Don't use. Don't send. Suck my dick. Fuck you.
That wasn't even an option.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're back in. All right.
That was easy.
Yeah, I bought the creatine or creatine. I don't know what the creatine, right?
Creatine,
Yeah, creatine. Creatine. I taught physiology. That's
Creatine.
always what I said, but
like
I could be wrong.
But I think they say creatine.
Yeah, creatine. I bought that. I bought something called R-alpha lipoic acid, I believe. But you'd say this like shit to this guy, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's right over here." And but he was awesome. He would, you know, like when you're facing the wall of whey protein, he's like, "You probably want to get the isolate." Why? Well, it has better bioavailability. Okay, fine. You know, so he.
Yeah, he was ting-tinging you, huh?
He was awesome. And then I gave him like a pop quiz. You know, so I was like, now I'm just gonna like walk around for a while. So I'm walking around the vitamin store, and guess what I found.
What did you find?
What did I find? You'll never guess. Fucking frankincense.
Frankincense?
Frankincense, yeah, they
What
totally.
would you use frankincense for?
I don't know. But so I got up to the counter and I asked him, I was like, do you have frankincense? And he's like, why, yes, we do. It's over there with the essential oils. And I was like, that was a quiz and you fucking passed, dude. You rock. But then it's like all these weird ass vitamins, you know, I'm like looking at them and I'm just like, dude, horse chestnut. Have you ever sold a single bottle of this? No. And he's like, well, yeah, the cancer patients, they it makes their hair grow back. What? Oh, I'm going to go with probably not, but what do I know? By the way, I'm replacing the 6S backlight filter for anybody that's following along.
Can you take a look at this when you're done? Because I can't get the fingerprint thing to work.
Okay, what happens?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? Is it grayed out? What kind of nothing are we talking about here?
Use your fingerprint in place of your password. Start by putting your print here. Usually I test this and I can't get it to go anywhere. Unless there's something wrong with my print. You know, there might be something wrong with my print. I've had trouble. I'm
sure you can get a vitamin for that.
Can I? I'm gonna go see your guy.
Yeah, go see Donnie down at Vitamin Shop. Here and then, so he convinced me about the horse chestnut stuff. So all right. But he was like fucking knowledgeable, like a pharmacist. You know, I asked him about melatonin for this London trip.
He's been there a while. Good for him.
He was real young, you know, and
yeah, but he's into it though.
He was. And I was like, which one of these are the good protein bars? He's like, well, this is everyone's favorite, some blueberry muffin Quest bar. He's like, these are the ones that are clean. These are the ones that are, you know, basically nobody should ever buy. Good to know. So then I'm like checking out. And guess what they have right there in the impulse buy section, which I can't imagine anyone ever having an impulse to buy this. Are you ready?
What?
Would you like to buy some activated charcoal? What?
Activated?
Yeah, like activated charcoal, which, you know, is just like, for what? And it's funny because I used to get some crap from the other neighborhood moms about, you know, my lackadaisical parenting where I didn't see anything wrong with letting my little twin daughters, age 9 months old, sit there and gnaw on pieces of burn up wood, charcoal wood, from a campfire. I was like, it's nature, it'll be fine. Oh my God, Jesse, you can't let them do that. And here we are. You can pay for charcoal that comes in little tablets, you know. And the guy was just like, "Yeah, this stuff is great." And then he's like, "I had this terrible toothache, and I tried everything. I tried peppermint. I tried, you know." And he starts listing all this stupid shit that he tried that's never going to work. And I was like, "Did you try Vicodin?" "Oh no." Well, that's why it didn't get better. And then he's like,
dentist?
Yeah, did you try a dentist? And then, and all right, let's give this a test now. I'm gonna put the screen back on it. So the guy's like, yeah, I put some, got a cotton swab and I put this activated charcoal on it, and I put it, like I held it on my tooth for like 40 minutes, pain gone.
40 minutes?
I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, he could have taken about 5 shots of whiskey and it would have been gone.
Yeah, he's probably like, yeah. And during the whole time, were you also like drinking shots because of the pain? Guess what happened?
Well, you should have been.
Oh, look, there we go. MommyFixit. Try going to the fucking dentist. Yes. How much do you charge for blah blah? Whatever it says on the website.
When you're done.
Click in the description for mail-in repair submitting a quote request, and don't forget to include your passcode. Voodoo doesn't work with toothaches. I've tried. Oh, is somebody in here knowledgeable about how activated charcoal works? Alrighty. That looks like maybe battery is bad or not connected. I don't think there's anything wrong with the DIY screen change for a 6S, but I do think, okay, so we've got an image, so we're gonna let that charge. But the kits, those glass-only kits, where they imply that a regular person could separate the glass from the LCD, that is totally not cool. Jessa, I like peanut butter. That is fantastic. You can make an awesome peanut butter protein shake. What I see is the problem. Oh, please, bro, solution. If I have no touch with checker blocks all over the screen on an iPhone 6, whichever I see it is, that is broken or damaged, which is less likely to be the case than some cap. Use your brain, go find it. All right, so that one is going to be in the done pile. Let's see what is next. This says, I think that goes with this. So Sharon, this is going to end up going back in your queue.
I'm going to put it in my thing.
You want me to put it in your bucket?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right, let's read the note.
All right, I go. Have fun. Okay.
Jordan Wyer's got the new Pro 3000 fixed a few nans already. Fantastic. All right, so you're done for the week, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see you.
Yeah.
On the other
Do
side.
you have something you want to give me over here?
It's charging. I'll leave it in your bucket. I'll move it over.
Yes, have fun, eh?
Yes, I will.
Be safe.
I will.
Be nice to people.
Be nice to people.
Just
What? Just kidding. Won't charge when you plug it in. Sometimes when you boot, it is dim on half screen. Great. Okay. All right, let's open it up and see what is going on. Let's see what we can find. Actually, first, let's see if it actually doesn't charge. Who even lets their mouth get to such a bad state? Jesus. I guess if you work at the vitamin shop, you get in the mindset of sort of 1850s medicine. I mean, it is pretty cool. I asked him that, like, do you ever feel like, like if all of this was in glass jars, how cool that would be? Yeah, so this is not really charging. It's kind of sporadically charging a little bit. Sometimes the battery will just get super depleted and it will kick on with this kind of charging that looks like this, where it's just sort of flickering. A lot of times that can be normal if the battery is just super depleted and there's not another problem. But it's not normal, so we will open it up and see what the deal is. And meanwhile, get back to charging that. Okay. Let's see. So the other reason I wanted to live stream is so that I could ask you guys what, for some, statistics and some ideas about how would you respond to some of this right to repair legislation criticism. How would you respond to, I think my part of it is going to be the fact that Apple authorized repair really isn't repair. So one of my questions for anybody that is in the know is, what do you really know about a device that leaves an Apple authorized service provider and it goes to, this mysterious AppleCare mothership? Has anybody worked there? Does anybody really know what happens inside there? Does any of that get outsourced? Is it all done in-house? Do they do board repair? What's the details there? What's the real deal? And then the other questions would be just kind of gathering statistics, like for you guys that have shops. How many batteries do you replace in a month, or screens, or extrapolate that out to a year? Fantastic, this is going to be long screw damage. Boo, which is going to be the second one in a fucking night. Boo, boo, boo. All right, what's going on here? Let's see. My best friend works there. Great, call him up. What is your best friend's phone number? That's what I want to know. Please comment. Great. Anthony Stefanacci, tell me more about your, go call up your best friend. If he's really your best friend, tell him it's an emergency, that you need him to call you right this minute so that we can get the real deal on what's going on at the Apple Care depots, because that's what I want to know. Alcohol displaces water, so it obviously helps. He works at the one in Texas, Austin, Texas. Yes, I want to know all about it. I send the customer iFixit U2 IC and Power IC. I send the customer iFixit U2 IC and Power IC and still not turn on. Then you should figure out why not and fix it. Apple pays too much, so people just shut up and do as Apple says. Jordan Wires, how much did you pay for your 128 gig NAND? Because I saw they were like $100. Board only, no screen or battery except for a no charge issue. Haha, he works on MacBook motherboards. That's okay. I want to know, is the Austin one just MacBooks? And even still, here's something I want to know about MacBook motherboard repair at Apple Care Depot. One, what is the place called? Is it called Apple Care Depot? Is that the wrong word? You know, what is the actual term? Two, are they paid Apple employees? Are they considered like in-house Apple employees? Three, if the motherboard is the problem, do they do motherboard repair? Is there a guy in the next room that does motherboard repair? Do they send it to a company in Malaysia that does motherboard repair? Do they actually, you know, go put on Lewis videos and run a few jumpers and see what's what and then call it good and slap it back in there? You know, what does that really look like, even for MacBook motherboard repair? Would they notice if, let's say Lewis fixed a MacBook and the customer, you know, took it, used it for a year, and then a year later they decided to upgrade, so they ended up like kind of trading it in at Apple. And that motherboard went back to, let's say, the Austin, Texas repair depot. If they took that motherboard out and they just kind of like ran a ASD on it and it worked, would they then look at it and be like, oh, this is covered with Lewis jumpers? Or would they just kind of send it, you know, send it back, you know, throw it away, or what would they do? That's the kind of stuff I want to know about. Inquiring minds. Okay. Let's see. Did I get any answers? Let's see. He works on MacBook boards. Emergency. Use your lifeline. Wait, $399 for a single 128 gig NAND? That's crazy. Yeah, your face when they, yeah, they send them all to, they all send them to this place in New York City, Rossman Repair Crew. Apple watching Lewis videos to fix their own products would make this all come. That's what I just want to know. Here's why. Once I got a comment on my video, I don't know if it's still there or not. One of the times I did a video on the Apple support community, you know, rant and getting banned and all of that stuff. And I kind of did this video on, look at this bullshit. And somebody made a comment that said, I work for Apple Care and we watch your videos all the time at work. And that like kind of, I remembered that, you know, and so then we, you know, at some point along the line, we saw a board that came out of a warranted replaced, you know, MacBook, and it had a jumper on it. And then I've always sort of, I wonder, like, man, I would love it if it, you know, to know, like, if, how does it all work? Are they sitting around there in Texas, drinking some beers, running some jumpers with Louis Rossman gone in the background and chucking those boards back in while he's talking about, you know, right to repair? That would be so fucking hilarious. I just want to know. Call up your BFF and find out. Go phones. I thought it was interesting that you noticed Apple used a water-damaged board in a refurbished phone, so they are really fixing just enough to get it to work. Well, who knows? Like, I don't know if it is something that is outsourced to I don't know if it's something that's outsourced to somebody else, if they just don't look under the microscope so they don't notice, you know, jumpers or stuff like that. If it kind of has been repaired in the past, do they just say board's good and then just, you know, slap it back in with new adhesive, new screen, new battery, that kind of stuff. Let's get this munchkin to $3.99 for the programmer. That makes a lot more sense. I would say no, you guys didn't break up. That's going to break my heart. I should say old best friend. He went to California to train for Genius Bar, got offered a job as a teacher, and then transferred to tech at Texas. All right. Unban me, says Revive the Truth. You sound why can't I chat? If you keep whining about that, it's a good way to get blocked. I'd love to take a board class someday, Wild PCS. Yeah. MommyFix went to one of the e-waste dump sites outside of Cape Town. Yeah, absolute misery, and smell there was gruesome. Not happy with the Wild PCS. No shit. Hope you watched my video before you fucking gave them your money. I mean, I'm really happy with that now, because the Wild PCS video will... is if you search Wild PCS reviews, that, you know, never go to Wild PCS videos #1. So now I feel like there's just no excuse for going to Wild PCS. If you go to Wild PCS now, that's on you, man. That means you didn't bother to go to Google and go Wild PCS reviews. Maybe I should reconsider. That is on you. All right, let's see what happens with this. Yay, phone number 1 is fixed. Backlight is working. We're going to turf that over to reassembly. So now with phone number 2, I am going to... Oh, you can't see this at all. Oh, I missed my old camera angle. I need like some kind of mirror or something. So I'm seeing what does this phone do on DC power supply, which is right here where you can't see it. So I'm connecting a battery lead because the complaint is no power. I am going to prompt it to boot with a charger, and I am going to tell you what the results are. Results are that it is sitting here blinking 80, 0, 80, 0, 80, 0, 80, 84, 0 milliamps. That, to me, is exactly like the phone that I just fixed before I started this today, which I will predict is going to be a long screw damage with a tear in the AP to I2C data line. Let's see if I'm right. All right, let's see. Should steal Lewis's crotch cam. Oh, yeah, I need it. I need like a thing right here. It would be cool to have something here that you could kind of like point at different things. Nevertheless, this is a microscope job. So let's take a look and see if I am right from that prediction. It's exactly what the last one did. And fuck me, holy fucking shit, motherfucker. God fucking damn it. Let's read the note. Let's see if the guy happened to mention that he fucking raped the shit out of this phone or not. Let's see. No. Won't charge when you plug it in. Sometimes when you boot, it's dim on half screen. That's it. That's all he wrote. He didn't say, and so I fucking got out a Dremel tool and fucking had a party on this board. Oh my fucking God. Look at that shit. Now here's the real dilemma. If I was a kind person, I would fix this. Oh my God, he's like, that is third layer, man. That is third layer traces. That is fucking fuck. Yeah, fuck this. This is data only for sure. Look at that. I mean, if it was the second layer, which the whole problem is he's missing that line, which is, you know, this is the top layer is ground, and then there's a second layer, which is completely gone. And he's down into the third layer, which is fucked up. There is no physical way to actually drill down and tear traces in this third layer. Holy shit. I'm going to take a picture of this so that I can send it to Mark and just see what he thinks. You know, here's what I'm going to do for Mark. I'm going to say, Mark, name this screw hole. I bet even Mark, who sees more long screw damage than anybody, will not be able to identify which screw hole that actually is. Oh my God, I just can't stand it with the non-disclosure. All right, let's tell Mark about that. Here we go. We will ask a few people. And we'll play a little game called Name This Device and Screw Hole. All right, we'll see what they say. All right, I am going to quote this guy for data only right now because fuck that. Alrighty. 24139. See if there's any extra. Half of the screen's gone dim. We replaced the rear-facing camera yesterday. When the customer plugged in the phone that evening, half of the screen went dim. Where's the part about, and then I got on an ice pick? What the fuck? I think we are fixing your brother's phone and they just left the ticket in your name. We have an iPhone 6 Plus here that someone has taken an ice pick to the board. Holy heck, I'll say. I've never seen such severe long screw damage. The second layer is completely obliterated. The first layer gone, and the third layer, which is almost never affected by long screw damage, is trashed. We would address this board for data recovery only. And no guarantee that the phone will work again. Let us know if you'd like us to proceed. Issue. Send ticket update. Okay. Alrighty, we are gonna pack that one away. All right, so we are one for two. I'm not sure if that one really counts. I'm going to actually put this back where it goes so that I don't get out of order, since I am going to go out of town. Going to go to London for a week. Who is in London? David Yates is in London. Who else is in London? Let's see. Do you by any chance use G-tools? No. You know they're going to blame you for it. Fuck if they are. You don't accidentally sledgehammer out 2 layers of the board and not realize that. The Queen of England, yes, yes. Okay, so this is quoted data. and is off my pile. All right, let's do something fun. Let's have somebody pick a slot, and we will just try to fix whatever's in that slot, because I have fixed a lot today, so I think I'm good. And we can just kind of see what fun stuff is around. So my slots are numbered like A1, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then R. R's are all done. So F 1 through 20. So pick a combination. M2 says Miles. That sounds Miles. I'm pretty sure Miles Blakesley is the same fucker that makes Lewis's words like not work. Well, let's do that. Let's see if we could fix one. Of course, that's against my rules. I said A through F. Right, this goes back in F7. F7. All right, so let's have. I'm gonna pick whatever one Miles says. I want to see if I can have better luck than Lewis. I want to be able to fix a Miles Blakesley board. F5. All right, let's see what's in F5. All right, this is F5. Let's see what it is. F5, Miles Blakesley, right? Miles Blakesley from Indiana is picking F5, and we are going to get really lucky, and it's going to be super easy. Just to show Lewis that we have better luck than him. No intake form, didn't provide password. Off to a great start. There is literally no information at all. Other than he wants an iPhone 6 no power solution. All right, let's see what's wrong with his iPhone 6. iPhone 6 no power solution sometimes can be super easy. So let's see. And start by connecting to USB. Nothing. Not recognized, nothing happening, nothing going on. Yep, big fat 0 on that. So let's open it up. And let's see what's behind door number 1. All right, did anybody answer me about Apple Care? What does the inside of that look like? All right, so who's in London? Go back and read my comments. Jessa, okay. Let's scroll back. Let's scroll back and read some comments. I see some Russian. Wild PCS stuff. There's no solder equipment at his location, which is, I thought that the Austin, Texas Apple Care was like there was one in Memphis, one in Austin, Texas, and then I think one in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, but I'm not sure, and then maybe one in California. So the one in Austin, Texas, and I think they're specialized. Like if you have a MacBook, you send it to this one. So they don't have any micro soldering tools in that entire place. What do they do with the dead boards? Do they send them out? Do you jailbreak your iPhone? Yes, of course, except for when I have to update it, which I try to never do, and I missed the jailbreak. I don't think there's a jailbreak. I had to update it for one of the apps I wanted to use. Who does? Are you talking about the JTAG on MacBook boards? I don't know. Apple don't do nothing. No donation button. I don't understand how all that works. On Lewis's channel, when I donated to him, I know I had to click to YouTube Night Gaming or something like that, and then it had a donate button, which was like so fucking fun. Like seeing his face to read that Jessa donated $3.25 to throw that board away was absolutely classic. I love that. Let's see. I just tried my first Touch IC replacement. I replaced both Cumulus and Mason. I still get lines on the screen. So that's me doing a bad solder job. Yes. Or bad ICs. No. Or could it be anything else? Yes. I would look to see what you nudge. I would specifically look for a missing resistor by Mason. That will cause lines in the display, and that's a pretty common thing to accidentally pick up with your iron when you're going over those pads. We didn't break up, moved miles apart years ago and fell out of touch. Dude, you sound like you're likely a young person, and therefore you should be connected to everyone you've ever met forever through the magic of social media. F you, Miles. Hey, Jessa, I'm at some convention, and you found a nanotech supplier. Please go throw your phones in their water dish and tell them to suck your dick. I think I'm behind. Yeah, I read some of that already. Lewis's cock is so broke that his crotch cam is no longer rewarding. What's up with where's my cock? Oh yeah, here it is. My beautiful cock, my beautiful unbreakable cock. My cock tells the weather. Oh, I'm gonna put it right here. My cock is from Portugal, except it always says, like right now it's dark, it says it is sunny, so it is a fucking liar as well. All right, let's scroll down to the end here. We'll just skip all this. Who's asking about G-tools every single time? What's so bad about G-tools? No one likes them. They're a piece of shit. And yeah, none of that. Nobody does that. You use the, nobody likes G-tools. If you want to get a corner tool, go to Raul's site, Prime Tech Tools, and order the thing that he made, because that's pretty awesome. All right, we're gonna have to look at this board. What's in London? You expanding your classes internationally? No, but I definitely should. No, we're just gonna go on vacation because there were cheap tickets. Fuck that, I'm 20 and I don't want to be in touch with everyone I've ever met. Why not? Of course you do. You will. I was Googling people today, this morning actually. I was wondering what happened to this one guy I knew when I was 17, you know, and just like trying to find people online. I don't see any kind of, let's look at this board together. And it would be awesome if you just kind of, you know, had an easy way to stay connected. Same thing, like a couple nights ago, there's like no internet presence of my grandmother who died in 1990. And it's kind of sad. Like I didn't really get to know her as an adult. And, you know, I would like to be able to look up and see her comments and blog articles and gross. Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought you were hitting the gym. Me? I went last night. You're not paying attention. Remember last night where I fucking died and couldn't figure out all the RPEs and I had to do the 2-count pause deadlifts? I thought you were hitting the gym. Did you go buy a sleeve and go back and finish that bench? Alrighty. Okay, so now we're gonna Jessa, hire Russian people to expand your reach. Any main power lines near Mason? That's for you to look up on the schematic. I hit the gym without Coca-Cola. Me too. Me too, look. Water. Look at that. Water. We'll just do that. Edit. All right. You would be shocked at how much less Diet Coke I drink, but I still drink Diet Coke. That I think is that in fact is the only Diet Coke I had today, which is a fucking miracle. Russian spies. Okay, so under the microscope, there's really absolutely nothing other than vomit-inducing corner dirt. So next we are going to, that's wrong. Next, we are going to, oh yeah, I fix and repair. I remember those guys. Do the same thing. Let's see what happens when we try to boot it with a DC power supply. Let's see if we got an easy one, thanks to Miles. Miles, the magic 8-ball of picking out easy repairs. You know, if this is not an easy one, then I'm pretty sure you're going to get banned off of both our channels. I'll be like, no, it's just not worth it. This guy's bad news. All right. Oh shit, that's the wrong connector. iPhone 6. Miles fucks your repairs up. I know. That's why I picked him. I asked everybody to pick a random slot, and then I picked the one that he picked because I wanted to see if I had better luck than you, actually. So we'll see. All right, result. I'm plugging it in, and I have a short. All right, so I have a big ass short, which I think is fantastic news. I love having a big short. It's gonna be good news, Miles. Big short is good news for no power iPhone 6. All right, so let's go see what the deal is. All right, so let's go look at the secret spot, which is the only spot on the top of the board where you can find VCC main, which is this dude. So we are gonna uncover him. There he is. And we are gonna check in diode mode and see what the VCC main line reading is. Alrighty. This repair would be the equivalent of the JTAG connector for iPhones, in my opinion. If I can turn this on. Work, damn it. Alright, we are gonna get a reading. Yay! Full short on VCC main. It's shaping up to be a good repair. Alright, now we're going to look around. Since I did not see any water damage, we are going to go on the Easter egg hunt for my absolute favorite repair. So I'm going to take this shield off without even taking the board out of the phone and see if we can find my Easter egg. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so we're just going to take... Actually, this is too big for that. Alright, so just put some hot air on and take the shield off right in frame. Didn't even take out any screws. Alright. Shield's off. Holy shit, it's $150 for the frame unbending tool. Is that what you use? Yeah, the review is my review. It's fucking awesome and you should buy it. It does every device and it's super practical and everyone loves it. And it's way better than a flathead and a hammer, just saying. Alright, let's go look under the microscope and see what we can see. Alright, we're going on a hunt for my Easter egg, and my Easter egg lives here. So we're going to look for it. And I'll be bummed if it's not that. If it's not that, then it's going to mean water damage. Why is there a chunk out of the board right there? I did not touch that spot. Alright, so we are going to dig up these two VCC main caps. I mean, honestly, the tool that we use is that PrimeTech tool board banger. The G tool, like, it's difficult. You can't see in the moment. You're just gonna have to guess. And you, let's go to low heat to get rid of the silicone. You know, you're just guessing a little bit, and it's difficult to keep track of and keep changing all the little adapters. You can over straighten it. I think Raul did a demo of it on my channel in my PrimeTech Tools video. Don't you have a name for your bending tool? Yes, he does. The Humbler, I think is what they call it. I think that is just a difficult way of doing what Raul does. Alright, so a lot of times with the iPhone 6 sudden death, one of these VCC main caps will just shit the bed. They are located. These are the ones that are next to the backlight circuit here. So here's backlight circuit. There's their 3 backlight caps. Those guys fail a lot, causing no backlight. And these are the VCC main caps that are kind of right there. So a lot of times when they fail, they will leave a characteristic shit ball that I call my Easter egg. I don't see that in this particular case, but let's dig it up a little bit more anyway. All right. Jessa, I see you're recommending the Quick 861. Are you still good with that? Yeah, no complaints. I mean, I personally don't use it very much. It's over there, but, you know, Jean, yeah, that's what Jean's been using. Jean has not you know, said a word about it. Jean could change it out for that JBC that's sitting right over there, and she hasn't bothered to do that, so it must be pretty much just as good. And Christy, same thing. Christy could change it out and use that JBC, but she sits over there and uses the Weller, so those are the deal. All right, we're going to use the 5 o'clock method and kick this guy off the board. And I'm going to do that because I can't put, if I put heat in this area, it's going to bother this underfilled backlight driver. And I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, when they come off that easy, that almost always is good news. In which case, Miles will be my BFF. All right, so let's... Jess, I have to send you a wireless setup. Oh, tell me what I need to do. Where is that thing? So that thing came and it has a tiny little plug. And that's the end. Then I don't know what to do. I do have this. Is this helpful? I don't know what this is. This is a speaker amp. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this either. But I got this to go with my headphones because my headphones sounded bad. So I still have my same headphones. These ones that I totally love. Love these. You need to just, like, team viewer yourself into this whole room and just, like, make all this shit work. But I don't have, oh, and I don't know what else to do with that microphone. Where did it go? Oh, it's in here. All right, so this is what you told me to do, so I did it. So look at this. This is what they sent me from some other land because you wouldn't give me a link. Here, let's look. That thing? What is that? What does any of that go to? No clue on any of that. Help! All right. Since you apparently have, like, I'm sure volume discounts for buying all the Nebraska, like, streaming stuff, you know, then you can let me know what I need to get. Since when do you have 2 cameras? What do you mean? 1 camera, and that's it. That's not a camera, that's a speaker amp. All right, let's see if we have a... Let's ask this guy if he's a wire. He's not supposed to be a wire, he's a capacitor. Capacitors are not wires. Let's ask him, let's interrogate him. Let's put him under the bright light of the microscope and ask him the hard question. Mofo, are you a wire? He says no. All right, I'll believe him. Fuck you. Fuck. All right, now let's go check and see whether or not we still have a short on VCC main. I'm going to go with probably yes. But let's find out. Yep. All right, so we're going to do the same thing and kick off his brother just because that is a classic failure. One or the other of those 2 guys. It is a bummer. Usually when they come off that easy, then that's because they were failed. All right, let's interrogate that mofo. All right, let's see. Are you a wire? Nope, he says he's not a wire either. Fuck me. Miles, now it means I have to take this board out. Shit list for Miles. That is the easy one, and it is not the easy sort of classic failure. All right, so now this is going to either be classic C5202 failure or something hard. So, my bad. Yeah, fuck you, Miles. Fuck you, Miles. All right. Hate that guy. All right, let's... Did this on purpose. Picking a fucking hard board. All right. So now, most likely case is reverted to just being classic C5202 failure from slight water damage on the bottom of the board that nobody has noticed yet. So we'll see. If it's not that, then it gets to be a lot more open-ended. So we'll have to take this board out now, I guess. Guess we'll have to do all these screws now that Sharon's not here. And of course you had to pick one that wasn't already disassembled. So inconsiderate. So fucking rude. All right. Anthony Stefanacci. He can pay me for each one I don't remove and I will consider it. All right. All right, let's go back. Wait, you didn't place bets on what caps it's... Yeah, okay, I'll put my bet on C5202. What's your bet there, Miguel? Let's hear some bets. There's only one other VCC main cap that ever goes bad, other than those. My friend from Apple says stop removing JTAG. Ha 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 ha. Does it bother? That's kind of interesting. Does Apple need the JTAG connector on a MacBook in order to like do diagnostics back at AppleCare? Beware that if you say yes, then every single MacBook board that ever comes out of New York City is no longer going to have that fucker on there. I think you have dozens of cameras there. Just use an iPhone for overhead. No, I don't. I can't capture from more than 2 devices. So I'm capturing from a camcorder and I'm capturing from the microscope cam. But what do I know? I'm constantly trolled for being a retard when it comes to making common shit or fucking work. All right, let's put our eyeballs on C5202. Jessa, thank you for replying to my iPad 4 CPU rail resistance query the other day. Oh yeah, I remember that. I had to disable one of the backlight driver's circuits to get it to power on with a... Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that you didn't fuck that up. Okay, let's look at C5202 spot. And drum roll, please. Yay! It looks like shit. Hooray! All right, Miles. You got a chance to redeem yourself here. Let's kick this fucker off. Which is really hilarious to just kind of like... That's my method, 100% of the time. Done. And let's check for short. Yay, solved. Boom. Hooray. Thanks, Miles. You're my best friend. I love that Miles guy. Yay. All right, so this is almost certainly solved now. So we'll just kind of put this back up. Okay. So I do have to put my shield back on, so I'll do that. That looks like apple poop shit. Looks like straight up heavy iPhone user ear sweat disease was what took out that phone. That was too much marathon running with this phone strapped to somebody's arm and got too much sweat down the ear speaker. Finally found its way to C5202, which C5202 is not about to have any kind of water. It's a jealous, jealous soul. Bring water around. It's like bringing around the other woman. C52 just freaks out. Can't handle it. Can't handle it. All right, so I am just putting on my stuff. All right, Louis Rossman, earlier in chat I mentioned I had an old friend who works in the engineering department of Apple repairs. I'm calling him tomorrow and can report back if you have questions. Yes, so that was what I said, Louis, which is, hey, don't some of you guys work for Apple Care or know somebody, and what can you tell us about what that looks like on the inside? So this guy has a, a former BFF. Do you guys hear the lovely sound of quiet from my air filter? I use an amazing filter on my audio so that you guys, it doesn't even sound like it's on. It's amazing. Look at that. It's fucking amazing. So quiet. All right. Oh, another thing for live streamers is collecting comments. And I really, this I really am serious about. I would really like, I'd really like for you guys to tell me, you can comment on this video later, your cool stories. So I just saw a comment scroll up that reminded me of the comment just made about saving somebody's baby pictures off an iPhone 4 when they went to the Apple store and were told no. You know, everybody's got a story like that. You know, what kind of repair have you done that really like made someone's day that would not have been possible if they had gone to the Apple store? Like the, you know, one that comes to my mind is a mom came in here with a baby on her hip, and she was really frustrated, and she had just gone to the Apple store, which is 10 minutes away from us. And 10 minutes away from us, and she had asked about her iPad 2. This is where that whole example on my ASP video came from, where she had gone there and said, hey, this was working fine this morning, and then I don't know what happened. My son had it, and now it's vibrating, it's on, it's detected. You will be in no shape to carry 25 pounds of live newscasting gear in Nebraska. I'll be in great forearm shape. Look at these forearms of steel. Look at that. Be able to carry whatever. I'll be able to carry all kinds of stuff. However, you got to figure it out though. Like, one of us is, whoever is the Sherpa isn't the interviewer. So you got to decide. Are you the Sherpa or are you the interviewer? And I'll do whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But you gotta pick. All right. Mostly you need to decide. I listened back to both of us calling these AASPs, and like when I was just editing my video, like we called that Ryan guy, and you know, he's all in my video. And then you called him, and then you called him again. Like every time I hear him answer the phone, this is Ryan, I just feel so bad. Like so bad. We absolutely have to go, like, stop by there and just say, look, we're really not intentional douchebags, and try to do something nice. All right. So I'm just going to put this phone back together for the sake of completeness. So good job, Miles. Actually, I should probably test it and make sure it actually turns on. That's probably good. I should probably do that. Meanwhile, Lewis for interviewer. Sounds good. Lewis for interviewer with his voice. I think it would be really funny if you could bring your bench 3 plates voice It wasn't the same Ryan. I called Ryan twice. It was totally the same Ryan. It's the same Ryan. Go look at my video, listen to it. It's the same Ryan. It is totally the same Ryan. And we both called the other guy too. The other guy, the one that told you, like, let me ask a technician. Oh, he's on the phone. I had already called that guy and had this whole long interview where he was the guy that didn't know what touch disease was. That guy. So we both called him, and you called Ryan twice, and I called Ryan once, but then Sunday, like, kind of poured her heart out about, we don't want you to look bad. It's not your fault. And he's like, what? Poor Ryan. I wonder if there's a chance in hell that Ryan will ever watch any of this. I'm going to go with probably not. Yeah, it was the same Ryan. Yeah, thank you, Miles. I like that guy, Miles. Lewis, I think you were wrong about Miles. I think he's all right. Yeah, I called him once, but we called him and talked. We asked him about a string. Like, I edited my video to, like, chunks, but we actually had, like, a 20-minute long interview where we told him we had a whole, like, pile of devices from eBay, and just, you know, asked him question after question after question. And he was such a good sport through all of it. And then eventually we kind of, like, came clean, and then we're like, yeah, you know, we actually fix these things, and we're just getting information for the right to repair. What do you think about that? And we told him, like, what we were doing, and, you know, that we could fix stuff and blah, blah. And then Sunday kind of gave him this whole, like, we're not trying to make you look bad, which I don't think occurred to him until she said that. And then he got real quiet. And then Lewis called him the next day, and then called him back. Ah, that's bad news. Is it true that no shield should be removed with heat? Instead, you should cut the solder. No. Did you not see me just remove a shield and put it back on? No. Of course, you know, you should remove a shield with heat as long as you know what you're doing and you've done it before successfully on a dead board. Otherwise, you know, don't bother. All right, gotta get this thing put back together. Now they will ship out to iPad Rehab. What? I missed that. I like the way this conversation is going. Haha. So who is Miles Blakesley? Tell us about yourself, Miles, and your recent rise to internet notoriety. Any quick 861 review soon? I guess. I mean, I guess I could point the camera over there just as well as over here. I'm just going to put these screws back in just for the sake of completion. And then we'll go fish. Did you figure out why the Wi-Fi stops working after putting a new shield in? That seems to be completely shield related. It is not ESD. It is not heat. So I'm guessing it's something like a Faraday cage effect or something like that. And that is really kind of a non-issue. If you put a shield on and you see that you have grayed out Wi-Fi, then if you just simply take it right back off again and put it back on again, then it'll go away. I mean, it's not heat related at all. It's certainly not related to the repair. It is just straight up a weird thing. All right. Gotta pay attention to my screws. I don't want to cause any kind of long screw damage. I have to send this board to Mark after all this. That would suck. All right. Almost done. I'll be pissed if I put all these screws in here and it still has something wrong. It's like some major cojones in repair. I'm gonna screw this bitch back together and then test it. Yeah! Be on the wild side. Alright, let's see. Let's see if Miles told us about himself. Testified as to what I found on his phone in court. I want to know about that. I'm just a slightly dumber Jason that lives in Indiana, as in I'm 20 and fairly decent at fixing boards. Well, you're about 50-50 on picking boards, so that's kind of an F, but we'll see. No, I recognize your name from forums, I guess. All right. Let's test. Ryan is the common name. No, man, listen to his voice. I know you don't watch any of my videos, but if you like make an exception and just like fast forward, I'll find the exact moment where you know what? Here's how you know it's the same guy, because he says gotcha all the time. Like whatever you say, blah, 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 he goes, gotcha, gotcha. It's the same dude. It's totally the same dude. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, well, you know, unfortunately with Apple, it's just, you know, they don't really have a way for us to get in there, so, you know, we're just going to have to send it out and they'll replace the device for you. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I wish there was a better answer, but yeah, it's the same fucking dude, for sure. All right, so here we go with Apple logo and normal charging. So we are gonna call this one done. I'm actually gonna finish it all the way. All right, so let's pick something else to work on. Lewis, are you still around? Do you want to pick a number? Pick a slot. Pick an easy slot. Let's see how lucky you are. You can pick something from A1 through F1 down to I think 20 to F20. Let's see. Mark Yates. Mine's close to done. Am I fixing one of your boards? Is this your board? No, this guy's name is Mike something. That'd be really funny. Does anybody in chat have a board here? That would be fun. They would be like, let me look up on the ticket what that slot is. That would be a good idea, Lewis, to like make your YouTube donations be like, you know, like you can pay $1 to like, you know, pick what slot to do next. It would be an easy way to get a free front of the line pass. That's a good idea. I would like to pay someone to fix my MacBook Pro backlight ASAP. Any professionals on here that are interested? All of them? Don't want to get long screw damage on the 6. Man, I can't believe how bad that long screw damage was. Holy hell, that was bad. Oh, I got to check in and see if anybody knew what board that was. Let's see. Jordan Wires, you cannot solicit business on my chat. Do not send it to Microsoldering Repair's website. All right, let's see. Does anybody know? Given the location of unfamiliar test points, and not that I do long screw damage as often as you guys, I'm going with a 7+. Wrong, Ben Duffy! Seeing as you are here, Jessa, can I have your opinion above? No. Oh, shit. What are you doing? Tube. What are you doing? I don't put rabbit hole in there. You're good luck. This is hilarious. It says mail in old. If the assigned tech is Mark Schaefer, I can't do it. All right, nobody else had a guess. They started talking about something else. Well, see, you made it so I can't hear anything. All of them. All right, let me try to fix one of those. All right, let me see if I can find one of those. 21877 might be here. Let's see. That is pretty funny. 21877. Is that still here? It might be. What's the deal? Let's see. It was the word rabbit hole was from the customer, Lewis. Are you still looking at this? Oh, look, he says, nope, take your time. There's no rush. Lewis, you would die to... You need to come back and read this ticket. It's hilarious what Sunday says. I think I... Where is that one? November 9th, 21877 in F5. I'm pretty sure that one is with Mark. I don't think that one's going to work out. The other ones that you picked, I think, are in the Sunday put in the vault. Or you can tell me measurement on output and fix it yourself. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Fix it yourself, dude. All right, let's pick something that's nearby. How about that? I'm not going to go hunt down vault devices based on the word rabbit hole. If that one was right here, I would totally fix it right now. It's gonna need something serious though, if it's not already done. All right. This one is going in the done pile. And that makes us 2 for 3. 2 for 3 with one massive rape that, you know, fuck that. Last screw. Last screw. All right. Something effed with chat. Jessa, something is effed in chat. I'm out of TeamViewer. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. What do you mean something's effed with chat? What does that even mean? Something effed with chat. When was the last time you received an ancient phone like a 2G? Today! That's what we should fix. Sharon took apart an iPhone 3G, close enough, and an iPhone 4. Just to do another board repair collab with Lewis or a tipsy opening receipt. That would be really fun. Lewis, get in your car and drive up here and let's just read the notes. That was pretty fun. Here's, how many of you guys want to see a video called Jessa Teaches Lewis to Drive in Nebraska? That's what would be really fun. Is something still effed in chat or not? Right above it. Lewis, if it's a fix it yourself, have to do with soldering. I don't have the proper tools or skills. You know what? One of the videos that I really liked before I met Lewis was him fixing a backlight fuse with a Radio Shack iron. Go watch that video. What I like about it is not that he fixed a board with a Radio Shack iron. It was the explanation about the mechanics of solder and flux and flow. And that's one of the things we do a lot in the course is that, you know, these components kind of want to go, they want to go back to their spot. So if you get them anywhere close, they'll just behave. They want to be good. All right, so that guy got done ahead of schedule. So we'll invoice that. Wait, Lewis can't drive? Yeah, Lewis can't drive. Everybody knows that. Until March 9th, he can't drive. I don't know if he will let me teach him to drive. I'm going to go with probably not, but it would be fun. As I think that Nebraska would be a great place to actually learn how to drive. So I think that would be ideal. All right, what else is right here? Okay, here's something local. Oh, that's kind of boring. What is not boring? This paper went with that. Is this the same guy? I could look that up. I don't know. All right, I think it would be fun to try like the data recovery or something. Oh shit, it's so full. Damn, 2 iPhones read data recoveries. iPod 4th generation touch. Damn. All right, this is the last one. It's late. I gotta go. All right, Lewis, are you gonna let me teach you to drive? What did you say? Let's see. Yeah, I want to see his commentary too. Yeah, I will let you try with a rental car. I will do it in Nebraska. This would be great. Yeah, I'm totally all over it. We're gonna teach you how to drive. You can show me that you already know how to drive. You can show me that the internet taught you how to drive. I think it's a good idea. All right. This is the last board I'm going to look at. It's probably a big-ass rabbit hole because it's board only, water damage, iPhone data recovery, no other information. He did send the passcode, so good for him. Let's take a look and see what is up with it. But I'm pretty tired, so we're going to probably keep it short. Let's see. Well, good news, it has never been cleaned. That is very odd. Why bother taking off the shields if you're not going to actually clean the corrosion? What the heck? That makes no sense. Who does that? This is uncleaned, like didn't even toothbrush and alcohol in it, but I took the shield off. What the heck? This is like even worse than jewelry style cleaner. This is like no cleaner. Yeah, it's not been through any cleaner. Still has a sticker on it. Why are you taking off shields but leaving on stickers? This makes no sense. No sense at all. Oh, bingo. Somebody banged up a chip. Can't do that. That's not cool. I mean, geez, like I don't get it. Leaving the sticker on, not toothbrushing it even, just leaving frank corrosion on, and yet taking the shields off, and while doing so, fucking up a chip. This doesn't make any sense. All right, let's look on the back. Shield is gone off of the back. really ugly looking cap there that is too ugly to stay on the board. And otherwise pretty minor. And bad chestnut. Alright, so this is actually in pretty good shape. I would expect it to boot. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can get this just recovered really quickly so that I can go home and go to bed, because I have like 8 kids coming over my house in the morning to have an all-day OM thing. Full short on VCC main, and I'm going to go with that is due to chestnut or the cracked chip. So we will go ahead and get rid of all this. Alrighty. Alright. What's all of this in chat? No power steering. What? Yeah, what do you think? What kind of car should we rent from the Lincoln, Nebraska Hertz? What kind of choices do you think they're really going to have? Should we get the minivan or the Ford Explorer? All right, let's see. We're going to take off chestnut. Get this board fixed. So here's one of my other questions. Who on here is from Nebraska? Because we are trying to find a farmer, somebody that is a bona fide farmer that knows about fixing tractors and knows about the sort of right to repair John Deere stuff and can kind of speak to that and what that's, you know, kind of means in their own life. There's no way it's going to be okay under that chip. Ah, fuck, it was okay under that chip. God fucking damn it. Yeah, you were fine. Why did I take you off? I'm gonna put you back on. So let's see. So we're trying to look up a, trying to find a farmer, Nebraska farmer. Now my first idea, did anybody see the documentary called A Farmer's Wife? This is from like, I think it was like 2000 maybe, like long time ago. Maybe not that long ago. And it was about, you know, just the struggles with like season and weather and, you know, that when your entire living for a year comes from whether or not it's going to rain on Tuesday, you know, and how hard it is. And so it was this farmer, Daryl Bushcutter, and his wife, and they're like girls, and they had this like 4.5 hour documentary on that. Well, that guy apparently lives, he's still around, and he lives like 2 hours from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I bet he knows a thing or two about fixing tractors. So we could kind of try to go talk to him, because he'd probably be open to it since he was, you know, in a documentary before. All right. Chestnut is back on. All right, let's see if that took off my VCC main short or not. Looks like it did. Let's go back over here. Yep. All right, short's gone. And I think it will, that chestnut was good, so I would expect it to have image. I'm not sure if that chunk is going to prevent it from booting. It might. I should probably take it off now, but I think I'll just see if it will boot first. All right. Okay, so let's go get, all right, I'm going to go grab the 5S test housing stuff, which is over here. All right, last guy I recovered was also a 5S, and he is in the test housing, and we'll move him over. And let's see if this phone is recovered, in which case I can go home, and we will be 3 for 4, which is pretty good. 3 for 4, where the 4 was fucked beyond all recognition. Raped with a broomstick. Just not happening. All right. Let's see if we can be lucky. Even though Miles did not pick this board, I think it's gonna work. All we need is image, boot, maintain USB connection, connect to iTunes, touch. That's all we ask for. All right. Nice fresh battery. And prompt to boot. Come on, mofo, boot. It looks like a bunch of guys engaging in car talk. Yay, I see an Apple logo. So I'm not trying to fix backlight, but you probably can't see it. But I can see it, and that's all I can. Now let's check touch. Yay, touch works. And let's see if we can get it to connect to iTunes. Later. Alrighty. Is it likely if the Cumulus IC touch does not drop properly, do not turn on the phone? Well, you can turn it on. Jessa, seriously use Turo for car rental. You will save cash. I don't know what Turo is, but that sounds great. Who doesn't want to save cash? Okay, so let's see if iTunes detects this phone. And it does. iPhone 5S. So there we go. So, recover. Yay. I'm actually going to hand off the job of recovering to the front guys, and that is going to make us done. So let me see if I missed anything, and then take an Uber. Fuck that, I want to drive. Hi folks, running late. Yeah, me too. Time to get the fuck out of here. I'll have to look up what Turo is. How do you rent a cool car in Lincoln, Nebraska? Because that would be really fun. All right, what else did I miss in here? Does iTunes recognize it? Yes. Jessa is confused. If it's about talking to cars, yeah. Or whatever else. Jessa, if iPad LCD is not connected, do you know if the touchscreen is ignored or it should still work? How about this, Jonathan Dix? Go and watch the video that I just did with Mark and come back and about backlights. Let's blow up some backlights. Go watch that and then come answer that question. I see a bunch of numbers and letters and the word horsepower. It sounds like guys are chatting. Isn't it snowing in Nebraska? Is it? Who knows? Jessa and Lewis, thank you guys a ton for what you're doing right to repair. I want to help, but I'm in North Carolina. Please let me know how. I'll do what it takes. Mark Yates, go down and give your senator a blowjob and tell him to support the right to repair. A bunch of numbers and letters and something cylinders. But I bet I could fix a car, that's for sure. What I think would be fun would be to go find somebody with a broken tractor and try to fix it, because how hard can it be? I live in Lincoln. Yes! Not a farmer. but was born in Rochester. Rochester, New York, or Rochester, Minnesota. All right, respiratory doc. Resp doc. Dig up a farmer that is near Lincoln, or just tell me, do you have to drive away from Lincoln like an hour in order to find farmers? I mean, there's farmers here in Honey Falls, you know, but it would be, I think it would be really good to just sort of, you know, go talk to constituents and make some videos about, you know, sort of raising awareness about what it's like. The farmer issue is tough because, you know, these guys are extremely dependent on, you know, time sensitive stuff. We did an awesome job like lately, Christy did it, where we did 20 cables for a Jeep robot manufacturing plant, which was fantastic. Simple, straightforward job where each cable had to have like 20 little wires soldered to some pins, you know, and it just had to be well done and have continuity. That's it. But it allowed us to attach a certain connector to a wire that then they could plug in and make shit work. Had we not been able to solve that problem, it was going to cost them more than the money, which was significant, like $4,000. It was going to cost them time. It would take like 4 weeks for them to have what they needed, you know, for them to acquire it a different way. So it's the same thing with the farmers, you know, like if you have to have your field harvested by Saturday because on Sunday there's going to be the first frost, you cannot have an equipment failure. And if you do have an equipment failure, you can fucking not be on a fucking queue to wait for Bill to drive from the John Deere authorized service provider for him to tell you, oh yeah, we need to replace that tractor. It'll take you 3 to 5 weeks and we'll get you a new one. You know, like you just can't have that, you know, when it comes down to a $5 charge port. You know, when the John Deere tractor needs a $5 charge port and the John Deere guys need to run a diagnostic, you know, you just, no, absolutely not. So I want to kind of hear that in their own words. So we need kind of a soft introduction rather than just rolling up. This looks like a farm. Is that a tractor? Is that a breakdown? What happens? You know, we could try that. But it would be nice to know, like, how far from Lincoln, which seems like a city, do you have to go to find a farmer that would want to talk to you know, some douchebags from New York? And so if anybody knows, then let me know. Let's see. Left 10 minutes, now you fixed John Deere. Not yet, but sure. I have fixed a Cub Cadet. I used to own a Cub Cadet tractor. I fix that all the time. You know, like I used to like be BFFs with the guys down at the Cub Cadets parts store, you know, Saxby's, right, you know, like 3 miles down the road. It's assumed that you're going to fix it. It was a, you know, like a 1970 old Cub Cadet riding lawnmower, and it constantly needed, you know, belts or things that I don't even understand. You don't need to understand, you know, like how does the Cub Cadet ignition work? I don't fucking know. Something with the word points. But at the time that I needed to know, hey internet, how does the Cub Cadet? You could figure it out. You know, what is this thing? It's called a condenser. I don't know. It's supposed to hook up between here and here and do something, and this one's fucked up. Replace it. I mean, this is all just problem solving, and the nomenclature can change. It doesn't matter what system you're in. All right, here comes Resp Doc. Many small towns farming plots around Lincoln, so that's good. So do you know, how about this? Do you go to church? Can you, like, you know, see who wants to talk to some people from New York about repair of farm equipment? You know, maybe after church on Sunday down in Fellowship Hall, just kind of go up to the guy with the John Deere hat and just kind of introduce yourself. Something like that. Go to a few dealerships and answer to do a review on a car for your YouTube channel. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that. But I don't really want to have to take an Uber to a dealership, but that kind of be fun. All the farmers should be in Lincoln fighting with you. Yeah, I hope so, but we'll see. All right. So nobody knows any Nebraskan farmers? Farmersonly.com. I'm going to go with no. Let's see. Apple hates me, Jessa. It's looking like you're about to get this one. What's wrong with your phone? A slight TriStar failure? That's not really a thing. It's a 1% charge again. What does that mean? This one, seriously, if I can't get the data backed up soon, it's going to iPad Rehab. Well, iPad Rehab will be in Nebraska. What's wrong with your phone? Oh, you don't have to retract that, Simon. You can fix a tractor because the parts and manuals are likely available to the average Joe. Yeah, unless it's ones that they are... Oh, Rochester, New York. Wow. I will write him. That's not what I said. All right. You own, use, and love the JBC TE-1QD, but you recommend the 861DW. Yeah, well, if you would like to buy an amazing piece of machinery for $1,500 to $1,800, then definitely get the JBC. If that is something that you feel like you're never going to make, that it would be a big hardship to repay that before you could even make $1 in this business, then get the $300 quick. But yeah, the JBC is the best for sure. All right, I think we're done. Did anybody know a farmer? That's all I want to know. It's been charging for a while. What the hell? Here's my tip for you about your phone. You're not answering me when I said what's wrong with it. All I see is the word 1% charging. So FYI, charging is independent from the phone's reporting of its charge percent. All right, there's my my trip on charging. The phone is either charging or not, regardless of what it tells you. It's either charging or not. Charging or not. Figure that out, and then you can figure out whether or not you actually have a charging problem or if you have a charge reporting problem. Totally separate, different place in the schematic, not the same. May say it isn't, but it probably is. Yes, the phone has the ability to lie to you about its actual charge percentage reporting. So figure out that. It's called gas gauge, battery SWI line. Figure all that out. That is not the same as charging. Charging over here, percentage reporting is over there. And that's all I got. So all these phones are fixed and they're going to be recovered, and I am going to go face the fact that I have 7 or 8 kids coming over my house all day tomorrow.